Hey, what's up there, YouTube? This is No Budget Duelist bringing you like a tournament strategy type thing. This is just this is just basic information on like how to play your deck. It doesn't matter what your deck it is. I'm gonna be using in my Inzektor deck as an example, but this is just kind of a way to show you how to play any deck well enough so that, well, not really play your deck well enough, but to play a little more conservatively, rather than just, putting out your best play first turn, and then watching your opponent, like, tear it to pieces or anything. Alright, so, to begin, let's assume that you have a starting hand like this, right? And you're going second, so let's say you either drew into Ladybug or Effect Failure. For this, we're going to say Effect Failure. Although Ladybug could also be part of this. Say your opponent's going first, and they're playing Mirror Match Inzektors or something, and then you end up using that. So it goes to the graveyard. Let's say this is still on top of your deck, and then you go. Now you're drawn into your Dragonfly, and you have your Hornet, and I have like one back row card. What I would recommend you do is, instead of just going balls out for the Dragonfly play, instead, I would go for a Centipede play, use Foolish, dump a Lady, right now, not dump a Ladybug, probably set Foolish face down, and then, one, so it looks like you're committing a card that, doesn't really need to be committed. You already have your Hornet in hand, so that's no problem, and that way then, one, they don't know you have a Dragonfly yet, because usually when people play Inzektors, they just super commit to the board, and that's not always good. And instead of playing Heavy Storm, you want to make them feel like they're a little safer. Because if you don't want to just waste Heavy Storm to get a 1-for-1. You want to commit this to the board, make a false commitment, because you don't really care if you lose this. Asian Eyes White Dragon just did a video on this recently, so if you've seen that, that's where I got the false commit with Foolish from. But yeah, I mean that's just a good play in general, and I actually have done that before I saw the video. But so you still have Dragonfly and Hornet in your hand, and Heavy Storm. So what the false commitment is going to do is going to give your opponent a false sense of security, and if they don't MST it, they're probably going to set more cards of their own. So when it comes back to your turn, you Foolish. If you actually run 3 Hornet in your deck, I don't, because I only own 1 Hornet right now. I'm thinking of, I kind of want to pick up another one, trade for it or whatever, but Foolish or Hornet, or maybe Ladybug or something. No, but if you Foolish Ladybug, then they'll know that you have Hornet in your hand. So if you're going against like Dark Worlds or something, which don't really commit that much back row anyway. I mean, besides their field spell, which is still good, mind you, but they just don't commit that much. But if you dump Ladybug, they'll think that you have a Hornet in your hand. And you don't want them to think that you have a Hornet in your hand. So you just go ahead and dump the Hornet if you have it, which I don't. But still. So you've got Valor in your graveyard, Centipedes on the field. You just Foolish Burial the Hornet to the graveyard. This Ladybug will be a Hornet, and we'll just kind of pretend. Let me sideways back there. Then you equip the Ladybug to your monster, send that to the graveyard, then search out a Dragonfly. They'll think that, you popped a card with Hornet. Remember, this is Hornet. And now you've added Dragonfly. Now they think that you only have 1 Dragonfly in your hand. Then what you could do is normal summon the Dragonfly. If they get rid of it or anything, it's okay, because you still have Centipede. So let's say they did get rid of it. They saw a warning did or something. So now that they think they've gotten rid of your only the only Dragonfly you drew into. Of course, you could draw into another one, but they're probably not going to be thinking about that. So it rolls back to their turn. They commit a few back row, and then they pass. You draw into something like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what you draw into at this point, but like, let's just say you drew into Call of the Haunted or something. Something you can't really use, that you don't really need anyway. So, you play heavy, destroy all their cards, set this, use Centipede, then equip the Hornet from your graveyard, and then pop something. And then you would normal summon Dragonfly, because they have no idea where the heck that's coming from. So now you would equip Hornet, and then send to grave to destroy something. Then you would get out your summon, probably another Centipede, just because, you know, Centipede's good. And we popped something with the other Centipede earlier, so you would get Gigamantis to your hand. And then from there, you'll pretty much just OTK, which you probably already know how to do if you play Inzectors. But, I mean, that's just an example of a way to play with Inzectors. I don't have another, like, full decks or anything, and I don't have any good screen capture software, so I can't really show you an example on Dueling Network. So, yeah, I mean, that's just a really quick example of, you know, a way to play a little more conservatively. And, you know, maybe you only had one hand trap the whole game, but you pretty much rode the game on one hand trap. That's this video for the day. And have a nice day, YouTube.